Hey guys, today we're gonna play a game and we're gonna talk about something really important. If you are an influencer, you're probably interested about this topic. You probably know about it. Have you heard about automation? That's correct. It's the thing that involves the robots and the magic powers and it saves you time. So let's talk about how it puts you up on an advantage and let's discuss. Oh, oops. All right, let's look at it. Hello, welcome, my children. Here you go. Yeah, that's basically a bot. It makes you go faster. It makes you take all the powers from the other superheroes just by absorbing it. So, welcome to Danny G. Boas' moment of reflection on Instagram automation. So, let's start by establishing something. I'm sort of new to Instagram. I started posting on Instagram around November of 2018. Oh, you like Mario? Let's be Mario. Let's add the level. Have you played this game before? Anyway, I just did it as a hobby. I did it, I did it like a way to share, to find mainly like people to collaborate. So I became a content creator for this thing called Firework. It's an app. And I didn't really know much about it, but I got involved there. And so, yeah, one thing led to another. So I started learning people's Instagram strategies because, oh, shit. No. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, hold on. Oops. Oh, do you like Nintendo 64? What character do you prefer? Power up. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, Instagram automation. Super. It's kind of controversial because there is not equal access. So we're gonna discuss the philosophical game set. We're gonna discuss the philosophical aspects of running Instagram automation. Okay, so what I know about Instagram automation is that there's two big guys. There's smaller guys, there's like other, but there's two main softwares. I think we can research that in a bit. But let's just talk about how let's just talk about sorry, I got lost in the game. Let's just talk about the moral aspect of it. I recently learned from Snapchat with Kristen Bell that there's a term called moral particularism. I didn't really know the term before. Do you know that term? I didn't really know the term before. Oops. But I learned. I do have a degree in philosophy. So I've never heard a celebrity talking about it. I didn't think people knew about it. So anyway, it's like whenever you have filters to determine whether you apply certain philosophy. Boom, game set. Sometimes you have to think utilitarian. Sometimes you have to think what's morally correct. So there's the two types of Instagram automation. One of them is called FL Studio. The other one is called MP Studio. And they are like this spaceship. I mean, as a content creator, um, you kind of you kind of don't have time for the social aspect sometimes, or whenever you want to just filter certain kind of niche, you want to just stick to, liking certain things, and sometimes as humans we make errors. So like automation, if done correctly, can just be like an assistant. Like, it doesn't really mean that you are trying to get followers. However, that's not what people think, and there's some issues. So there's this article that I was reading. It's called "I Try Instagram Automation So You Don't Have to." This is for people who are too lazy to read. So, okay, probably you got here because you type how to get more Instagram followers. So you go to Google, you go on your phone, you ask Siri, like, "Hey Siri, how can I get free followers? How can I easily grow my account?" Right? So you do that and you find a bunch of articles about it, including this video that you're watching. And we're offering tips and tricks on how to grow your community. You'll also probably find a lot of content about paying for new followers. So most people see this as the only two options for succeeding on Instagram: figure it out or sell out. The first one is for the good guys, and the second one is for the spammers, or at least that's how it's generally perceived. In truth, there is a third option. It's called Instagram automation. So more and more people are turning to automation tools or bots in order to boost their Instagram followings. These bots work in several ways. They can like photos on your behalf, they can follow people on your behalf, they can even comment on your behalf. These actions can be targeted based on specific hashtags or even specific users. All of this engagement is intended to boost your following with real people, as opposed to the spam accounts you're likely to get when you buy Instagram followers. It's an appealing pitch: save time and avoid buying fake followers. But you know what they say about things that seem too good to be true? There's a downside to approach. Almost goes without saying. That's why I tested 2 of these automation services for 3 days each. We've also tried buying followers, which you can read about it later. I'll link you below. So I did use my personal account just like the guy in the blog. I discovered some of the pitfalls of relying on the bots, so that way you don't have to mess up your account. While they more or less live up to their promises, I wouldn't recommend them for anyone, especially not brands, and here is why. What happened when I tried Instagram automation? A tale of awkward moments. My journey starts with about 338 followers. In my case, it was 0. I follow about the same number of people at the time, so I had 0. I was following not a lot of people, so I didn't really have a goal because I thought it was just my gallery. So I didn't set a goal for followers because I really had no basis on which to set one. I had no time. I had no idea if this will work at all. One of my colleagues put me on the... nobody put me anywhere actually. One of my friends... No. So I received an invitation for a secret society of Instagrammers and stuff, a couple, but then I got kicked out because I think I wasn't using them properly, and because Just kidding, I was using them very nicely. So I got access to one of the softwares and Instagram, one of the most popular Instagram automation services. Instagram allows you to enter specific hashtags you want to be associated with and then automatically like photos or follow people based on those target hashtags. These services allows you to enter in the presets which the bots will then post on your behalf. So this is about not the bot's efficiency. This is about how smart you are or how resourceful you are. There's a lot of ways to like type stuff in. I'm not an expert at the programming sometimes, especially because I don't know anything about Java, but I can tell you how to use it best, you know? But you'll have to play video games with me more often because I want friends, like real friends. OMG. I actually have dogs. But anyway, I got access to this. Some of the services are first, you get a free trial for some, then you have to pay like a membership. There's different price sets, there's really affordable ones. Like there's 2 day passes, 3 day passes, $5 for 10 days, so $2 per day. Like just figure. You can also purchase like $10 for 30 days in some of them, so it's really affordable. And I mean, there's packages that are like just for the person who wants to learn how to program. Because essentially, what the automation does, if done properly, is similar to what the Instagram sponsored items are, because in a way it's actually more organic because you don't make people like your stuff. People like your stuff because like they're liking your stuff because it's good. If it's good. So I decided to try all the features, and I felt that my following wasn't impacted very much, and I wanted immediate results like most people who use these automated services. So instead, I focused on commenting functionality. I chose hashtag search through the mix of geographic ties, my interest in genetic. Oh my gosh, this guy is super bad about it. His comments say, "Nice one." Damn, I'm jealous. And your pics, my pics, complimentary and encourage them to look at the pictures for proof. You see, the problem here is that he was not hashtag specific, because not necessarily you want to focus on hashtag specific posts. You probably want to focus on niche specific based on accounts. I mean, think about it. You're using a really powerful tool. Like, this is not about finding more followers, but simply finding your audience based on the quality, based on the product that you have. In my case, I have a lot of people from New York and Los Angeles because they are for music industry. And then I also have them on LinkedIn. I don't know if I pronounce that correctly. However, I mainly use it for music promotion and also to experiment. I also have, oh my gosh, my dog actually has an account. And then a page to feature artists randomly because I'm testing. Like, this is just an experiment, okay? Like, I am not profiting from any of this stuff. This is just a way of learning a skill. So anyway, this guy has a really bad set. So if you run into this article, be careful because this is not what you do. So that's why within 12 hours, he only had 6 new followers and around 40 likes on his photos, 25 comments. Not bad for literally zero work on my part, but fairly underwhelming. No. It's because, like, whenever those things follow people, it's basically people who are interested. Like, you have to be really really picky on who you're gonna follow, because who you follow is who's gonna follow you back. And you wanna be very specific on like, using it kind of like a way to just have your followers post on your timeline. So you wanna, it's like initially spend your likes on your friends, basically, because you're spending on them. Whenever you go to your Instagram, your feed is full of their posts and posts they liked. And basically, it's kind of like a spider web for people who share the same interest. So that's just to filter your niche. What you want to do is follower retention, not follower addition. You wanna have a positive growth. You wanna retain your followers. Like, for example, I had to stop my automation for a couple of days because I got in trouble because of the rules. Damn. And I've never been in trouble, so my numbers, like, of followers, surprisingly and thankfully, are staying like relevant because I do have a connection with them. I know my followers. They know me. Um, we have a good relationship, and that is because we have similar interests. And sometimes, yeah, you get people who like music, but you also get people who recruit for music, and you also get people who make music, and so then collaborations start to happen, and it's wow. Then big accounts start to like it, and then like you get a lot of views. So the question is, there's a risk though if you type it wrong, if you do it bad. Like, it can put really weird comments on pictures, and it's kind of inappropriate. Doesn't, like, if you put sweet or I'm jealous or damn or wow, sophisticated stuff. Like, I mean, if you put different stuff like that, you also don't want to spam them to tell them to go to a page. It's really complicated. Mainly utilize the commenting stuff for whenever you have a big promotion, for whenever you release something that's really good, or you want to target specific audiences, directing them somewhere. So whenever it's something important, because it has to be it has to be something that is like within the day, and you want to stop the action later. Emojis are okay. People love to say whenever you say like loves your style, they love that. Or whenever you ask a question. Dun dun dun. So within the 12 hours, I start getting a lot of likes. Within the first 30 minutes, my account starts getting a lot of likes. Like, my phone just doesn't stop. It's like bum bum bum, punch punch, like. And that's because hold on, taking a break. My phone doesn't stop because the content is good, and you're like filtering it to people.